You've been lied to about the law of attraction. This is why it's not working for you. Your brain is either a success magnet or a self-sabotage machine. And right now, Harvard research proves your RAS filters opportunities, but most people program it wrong. In 30 seconds, I'll give you the key. But first, why you've been blocked. Every time you say, "I'll start tomorrow," your brain hears, "I don't actually want this." The fix? Rewire your RAS in 3 steps. Step 1 shocks people. This changed my life, and 14,000 plus students. You're next, but only if you watch this exact second or stay stuck forever. Chapter 1. The secret to aligning your mindset with the universe. How shifting your perspective opens doors to infinite possibilities. Think about the last time you felt stuck. Maybe you were facing a big challenge, or perhaps you were just unsure about how to move forward. It felt like you were trapped in a small room, and no matter how hard you tried, you just couldn't see any way out. But then something shifts. It's not the situation, it's your perspective. In that moment, you decide to look at things differently, and suddenly, the walls of the room begin to feel a little less confining. What if I told you that the key to unlocking infinite possibilities is often just a shift in the way you see things? It's incredible how a simple shift in perspective can change everything. Think of it like putting on a new pair of glasses. Suddenly, you can see things clearly, and what once seemed impossible becomes attainable. The world around you doesn't change, but your ability to see and experience it shifts completely. When you're looking through the lens of limitation, everything feels hard. Problems seem insurmountable, and opportunities feel few and far between. But when you decide to look through the lens of possibility, things start to look a whole lot different. You begin to see options, connections, and solutions that you never noticed before. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeing only what's in front of you and feeling like that's all there is. But the truth is, you're always surrounded by endless opportunities. Often, you're just not looking in the right direction. The moment you decide to shift your perspective, you begin to see things you never thought possible. It's like walking down a path that you've walked 100 times, and then, one day, you notice a side street you've never seen before. That side street leads to a new world of experiences, and all it took was a slight change in your focus. Think about the stories of people who have achieved incredible things. Many of them started with a seemingly impossible situation. They were faced with challenges, doubts, and obstacles that seemed to block their way. But instead of getting bogged down by those difficulties, they shifted their mindset. They chose to look at things differently, to see opportunities instead of obstacles, to focus on solutions instead of problems. And that shift in thinking opened up doors that they never knew existed. Take someone like Albert Einstein. Known for his genius, Einstein struggled in school and faced numerous challenges throughout his life. But what set him apart wasn't just his intellect. It was his ability to think differently. He didn't accept the world as it was. Instead, he challenged the status quo. By shifting his perspective on how he understood the universe, he made discoveries that changed the course of history. Einstein didn't let the conventional way of thinking limit his potential. He saw beyond what was immediately visible, and that's where the magic happened. The same is true for entrepreneurs who've transformed industries, for artists who've revolutionized creativity, and for leaders who've inspired entire movements. At some point, they all had to let go of the limitations that were imposed by their circumstances and shift their thinking. The world around them didn't change, but their ability to perceive it in new ways did. They realized that there's no limit to what's possible, except the ones we place on ourselves. Now think about your own life. Are there areas where you felt stuck or frustrated? Maybe it's in your career, your relationships, or even your personal goals. What would happen if you started to look at those situations through a different lens? What if you stopped seeing them as obstacles and started seeing them as opportunities for growth, learning, and reinvention? Shifting your perspective doesn't mean ignoring the challenges. It means embracing them as part of the journey, seeing them as stepping stones to something greater rather than barriers keeping you from your goals. When you start to look at life through the lens of possibility, you give yourself permission to dream bigger, to take risks, and to believe in the improbable. Suddenly, you're not just reacting to the world around you, you're actively shaping it. And this shift in thinking doesn't just open your eyes to new opportunities, it gives you the confidence to pursue them. You stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect circumstances. you start seeing that you can create those circumstances, starting right now. So what if the next time you feel stuck, instead of giving in to frustration, you paused and asked yourself, how can I see this differently? What if the key to unlocking your next big step is simply changing the way you look at the situation? The possibilities are endless once you start viewing the world as a place full of opportunity, rather than limitation. Next, we'll explore how to take those newly discovered possibilities and turn them into real, actionable steps that lead to the life you've always dreamed of. Stay with me. This journey is just getting started. Keep tuning in because things are about to shift even more. The power of thinking and feeling in alignment with your desires. You've probably heard the saying, your thoughts create your reality. It sounds simple, maybe even a little cliché, but the truth behind it is powerful. Think about it. How often do you find yourself worrying about the future or dwelling on what could go wrong? The reality you're creating with those thoughts isn't one of possibility. It's one of fear and limitation. Now, imagine flipping the script. What if you could align your thoughts and feelings with your deepest desires, instead of letting doubt or fear dictate your actions? That's where the real magic happens. Let's break this down. When your thoughts and feelings are in alignment with what you truly want, you're sending out an energy that the universe can't ignore. It's like a powerful signal, a vibration that radiates from you, attracting everything that matches that frequency. Think of it like tuning into a radio station. If your thoughts are full of scarcity, doubt, or I can't, you're tuning into a station that's broadcasting exactly those things. But when you shift your thinking to I can, I am worthy, and success is inevitable, you change the frequency you're on, and suddenly, opportunities start showing up that align with this new energy. It's not just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about feeling as if your desires have already come true. The more you can connect emotionally with the life you want, the more you embody the energy of that life. Imagine feeling what it would be like to live in your dream home, or to be recognized as the expert in your field, or to have the financial freedom you've always wanted. Feel it in your body, in your soul. The key here is that feeling is just as important as thinking, because your emotions amplify the energy you're putting out into the universe. Think of someone who's excited about starting a new business. They can't stop talking about it, and when they describe it, they light up. You can feel their passion, their belief, their certainty that this is going to work. That energy, that excitement is what attracts people, opportunities, and resources. Why? Because people respond to your energy. The universe responds to your energy. When you feel good about your dreams, when you feel aligned with your goals, everything starts to flow with ease. You're not forcing things anymore. You're letting them unfold. But here's where it gets tricky. Sometimes, we're not aware of the thoughts and feelings we're putting out into the world. We might think we want to succeed, but deep down, we're carrying around beliefs like, I'm not good enough, or I don't deserve this. These conflicting beliefs create a disconnect between what you want and the energy you're sending out. It's like trying to drive a car with the brake on. You can't go anywhere, no matter how much you want to move forward. This is where awareness comes in. It's about recognizing those moments when you're thinking or feeling in ways that don't align with your goals. When you catch yourself thinking, this is too hard, or I don't know if I can do this, stop, take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this thought helping me move closer to what I want? If the answer is no, shift it. Replace it with a thought that aligns with your vision. Focus on what you want instead of what you don't. And then feel it. Feel the certainty in your body that you're already on your way to achieving it. The power of thinking and feeling in alignment doesn't just work when things are going well. It's easy to feel positive when everything's flowing smoothly. But it's when you're facing challenges, when things are uncertain, that the real test comes. Can you still think and feel as if success is inevitable, even in the face of setbacks? The answer is yes. And the more you practice this, the stronger your ability to stay aligned becomes, no matter what's going on around you. The universe doesn't respond to your circumstances, it responds to your energy. When you stay true to the vision you have for your life, no matter how messy the journey gets, you're telling the universe, I'm ready, I trust this process, I trust me. If you can consistently align your thoughts and feelings with your desires, the universe can't help but respond. Opportunities will find you, doors will open, and you'll start attracting people, situations, and experiences that align with the energy you're putting out. It might not happen overnight, and it might not always be in the way you expect, but it will happen. And when you look back, you'll realize that the journey didn't feel like a struggle anymore. It felt like flow. Because when your thoughts and feelings are aligned, everything starts working together in perfect harmony. So what's the first thing you can do today to align your thoughts and feelings with what you want? Maybe it's visualizing success or shifting your mindset in a moment of doubt. Maybe it's taking a deep breath and resetting your energy. Whatever it is, make it a habit. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to live in alignment with your desires. In the next chapter, we'll dive deeper into how to tap into the power of manifestation. You won't want to miss it. It's going to take your manifestation journey to the next level. Stay tuned. Chapter 2. How to tap into the power of manifestation. Simple techniques to manifest your goals with ease. Manifestation isn't some magical thing that only a select few can tap into. It's a process that anyone can learn, practice, and benefit from. The key lies in making the process simple and aligning your actions, thoughts, and feelings with your desires. Too often, people overcomplicate manifestation, thinking it's about making big, dramatic changes or waiting for some grand sign from the universe. But the truth is, it can be as simple as taking small, deliberate steps toward the life you want. The first step is to really get clear on what you want. Sounds simple, right? But most of us spend more time thinking about what we don't want or worrying about what might go wrong than we do focusing on what we actually want. Think of it this way. If you're trying to get to a destination, you can't just drive around aimlessly hoping you'll find it. You need to know exactly where you're going. The more specific you are about your goals, the easier it is for the universe to align with them. The universe works in alignment with your clarity. When you're unclear, it's like sending out a mixed signal. But when you get specific, it's like sending out a direct request. Now, this next step is crucial. Believe that it's already yours. It sounds a little wild, right? But trust me on this. When you act as if your goals are already in your grasp, something incredible happens. You start to make decisions from a place of certainty, not doubt. When you visualize your dream life, see it, feel it, live it in your mind, you start to embody that future version of yourself. It's like dressing for a role you're about to play, and over time, you start becoming that person. When you believe it's already yours, you're sending the universe a message that you're open, ready, and aligned to receive it. That energy shifts everything. Next, start taking small steps toward your goal every day. You don't need to wait until you feel like you have it all figured out. Small actions, even imperfect ones, build momentum. Maybe you're working on a business idea. Your first step might be researching something online or jotting down an outline. Maybe it's something personal, like improving your health, and your first step could be making a healthier choice in the next meal. These small actions show the universe that you're serious about your goals and willing to put in the work, even if it's just one step at a time. The key is consistency. Manifestation isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing practice. Another simple technique that people often overlook is gratitude. You've probably heard it 100 times, but here's why it matters. When you're grateful for what you already have, you open yourself up to more. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's already abundant in your life. It makes you feel connected to what's already working and helps you notice opportunities that might have been right in front of you all along. Try this. Take a few moments each day to reflect on what you're thankful for. Start small. Maybe it's a cup of coffee, a good conversation, or simply having a roof over your head. The more you practice gratitude, the more your energy shifts, and the more you attract positive experiences. Visualization is another powerful tool. It's not about just dreaming about your goal, but truly feeling it as though it's already a part of your reality. Picture yourself in that dream job, in that home you want, or living the lifestyle you've always imagined. Visualize every detail, how it feels, what it looks like, who you're with, and what your life is like. Feel the emotions that come with that vision: happiness, pride, excitement, and gratitude. The more vivid and emotional the visualization, the more your mind will start to believe it's possible, and the more the universe will start aligning to bring it to you. Trust the process. The universe works in mysterious ways, and sometimes the path to your goal isn't linear. It may not happen in the exact way you expect, but trust that everything is unfolding perfectly, even if it doesn't look like it right now. Stay open to opportunities that show up unexpectedly, and be willing to pivot when necessary. The universe isn't going to hand you everything on a silver platter, but it will guide you toward the right opportunities if you stay focused, aligned, and persistent. It's easy to get caught up in thinking that manifestation has to be complex or that you have to wait for the perfect moment to take action. But the truth is, manifestation is about alignment, clarity, and taking small, consistent actions toward your dreams. When you shift your energy, when you believe in the possibilities, and when you take those first steps, no matter how small, they become the foundation of your success. The universe will meet you halfway, but it needs to see that you're ready to step into your future. And here's the best part. This process works. It works for everyone. Whether it's manifesting financial abundance, personal growth, or professional success, these simple steps create a powerful ripple effect. Next, we'll dive into creating clarity and intention to bring your desires to life. You won't want to miss this. Creating clarity and intention to bring your desires to life. Clarity and intention aren't just buzzwords. They're the foundation of making your desires a reality. Think about it. When you're clear about what you want, everything changes. It's like having a map in front of you on a road trip. Without that map, you could end up wandering aimlessly, unsure of which direction to take. But with a clear path laid out, you know exactly where you're headed and what steps to take to get there. That's the power of clarity and intention. Imagine a goal you've been dreaming about. Maybe it's a new career, a business you've always wanted to start, or a personal transformation you desire. Now, think about this. How clear are you on what that goal looks like? How vivid is the picture in your mind? If it's blurry or undefined, the path to reaching it will be too. But when you nail down exactly what you want, when you can picture it in detail, that's when things start to fall into place. The universe begins to line things up in ways you never imagined. The first step in manifesting your desires is getting clear about what you truly want. And I'm not talking about vague wishes. I mean getting specific, really specific. What does success look like to you? What would it feel like to wake up every day excited about your life? When you visualize it clearly, you'll notice that you begin making decisions that align with that vision. It's like suddenly wearing glasses for the first time after not seeing clearly for years. Once you know exactly what you want, everything becomes sharper, more focused, and you start noticing opportunities that were always there, but that you might have missed before. But clarity isn't just about having a picture in your mind. It's about feeling the emotions attached to your goal. If you want to attract abundance, for example, think about what abundance feels like. Picture yourself living in that abundance. How do you feel when you wake up? How do you feel about your financial freedom, your relationships, your health? The emotions you associate with your desires are powerful drivers. If you can connect emotionally to what you want, feel it in your heart and soul. It becomes real to you even if it hasn't manifested yet. And that emotional connection creates a magnetic energy that pulls the universe toward your goals. Once you're clear on your desires, intentions become the next key piece. Intentions aren't just wishes. They're the energy you put into action. It's about saying, this is what I want, and I'm ready to receive it. But here's the twist. Intention isn't passive. It's an active declaration. When you set an intention, you're not just hoping for your goal to happen. You're choosing to make it happen. It's the difference between saying, I want to be successful, and saying, I intend to take actionable steps every day that lead me towards success. When you set an intention, you create a shift in your mindset. You move from a place of desire to a place of empowerment. You are not just waiting for the universe to hand you what you want. You're aligning your energy with your desires and taking conscious action toward them. You are telling the universe, I am open and ready to receive what's meant for me. Think about it. There's power in deciding what you want and stepping into that future self, right now. That's where the magic happens. The minute you set your intention, you start operating from a place of clarity and purpose. Your choices shift. Your priorities change. You'll stop wasting energy on distractions because you know exactly where you're going. And guess what? When you move with intention, you start seeing the universe respond. When I say that the universe responds, I mean it in a way that's not just theoretical. I've seen it happen. I've seen people go from feeling stuck and unclear about their goals to suddenly experiencing breakthroughs just by clarifying their vision and stepping into it with intention. It's like the world suddenly gets out of the way and makes room for your desires. Clarity and intention are your keys to unlocking that space. But it doesn't happen overnight, and it's not always smooth. There will be bumps along the way. You'll face challenges, doubts, and obstacles. But the difference is, when you have clarity and intention, you understand the why behind your actions. You won't give up as easily, because you know that each step, no matter how small, is a step closer to your vision. And when you're emotionally connected to that vision, when you've already felt the success in your bones, it gives you the strength to keep going when things get tough. The truth is, the more intentional you are about your actions, the more power you have to shape your reality. Your clarity creates your purpose, and your intention propels you forward, even when the path is unclear. So what's the first thing you can do today to bring clarity to your goals? Take a moment to get clear about what you really want and how you want to feel when you have it. Write it down, visualize it, and feel it. Then set your intention to take one small action toward it today. This process works. It's not about waiting for the universe to do all the work. It's about aligning yourself with it, getting clear, and then moving forward with purpose. And the best part? The more you do this, the easier it becomes, and the more opportunities you'll notice showing up in your life. In the next chapter, we'll dive into how to make the law of attraction work for you, using your newfound clarity and intention to magnetize everything you've ever wanted. Stick with me. The next part is going to be life-changing. Stay tuned. Chapter 3. The Law of Attraction. Making it work for you every time. Understanding the law of attraction and how it influences your reality. Imagine waking up in the morning and feeling like you're in the right place, at the right time, doing the right things. You're not just going through the motions of your day. You're magnetized toward the right people, the right opportunities, and the right circumstances. Everything you need just seems to fall into place effortlessly. That's the law of attraction at work. But here's the twist. It's not some mystical force that happens to a few lucky people. It's a principle that's available to all of us. And it all starts with how we think and what we believe. So what is the law of attraction really about? It's the idea that like attracts like. In other words, the energy you put out into the world attracts similar energy back to you. This isn't just about wishful thinking or hoping for the best. It's about aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the reality you want to create. When you focus on positive things, you start seeing more of them in your life. When you focus on scarcity, fear, or negativity, you invite more of those things into your experience. The universe, as wild and mysterious as it may seem, seems to work like a mirror. It reflects back what you put out. Now, this isn't some quick fix where you just think happy thoughts and everything magically falls into your lap. The law of attraction works by aligning your inner world with your outer world. It's about feeling confident, thinking positively, and acting as if your desires are already on their way. The more you feel that inner confidence, that certainty that what you want is already coming to you, the more you start to notice opportunities showing up, whether they're people, ideas, or situations that match your mindset. It's not magic. It's your focus and energy aligning with the frequency of what you desire. Take a moment to think about a time when you felt really in the flow. Maybe it was a project at work, a creative idea you had, or even a day when everything just seemed to fall into place. When you're in that kind of mindset, you're attracting opportunities without even realizing it. That's how the law of attraction works. It's about being open to receive, believing you deserve it, and then letting the universe bring it to you. When your energy is aligned, things just seem to happen. It's like the universe starts to work with you instead of against you. But here's the real secret. The law of attraction isn't just about being positive. It's about being intentional. It's about consciously deciding what you want and focusing on it consistently. Imagine a target. If you're aiming at something and you keep hitting it over and over, you're going to eventually hit your mark. But if your focus is scattered, you might never hit that target. The key is to be clear about what you want, to really believe that it's possible for you, and then to take inspired action toward it. Think about successful people you admire. Whether they're entrepreneurs, artists, or leaders, they all seem to have this magnetic energy around them, right? They walk into a room, and things just happen for them. But here's what they know. They don't wait for things to happen. They actively attract them. They cultivate a mindset of abundance and possibility, and the world responds to that. They take consistent, aligned action, and they trust the process. They're in flow because their internal world is in alignment with their external world. Here's the thing. The universe isn't always going to hand you everything on a silver platter, but it will start sending signs, opportunities, and synchronicities your way once you're aligned. It's not about sitting back and waiting for everything to come to you. It's about aligning your energy with what you want and being open to receiving it when it shows up. It's about feeling like it's already yours and acting accordingly. When you act from a place of certainty, the universe has no choice but to bring things to you that match that energy. It's also important to note that the law of attraction doesn't work in isolation. It works alongside other laws, like the law of action. You can't just think about something and hope for it to show up. You have to take action. This doesn't mean forcing things to happen, but it does mean taking steps that align with your goals. Those small, consistent actions build momentum and attract more opportunities. And when you're in alignment with your desires, those actions are guided by intuition, making it easier to make the right decisions. The beauty of this principle is that it's available to everyone. Whether you're looking to change your career, improve your relationships, or create financial abundance, the law of attraction can help you get there. It's not about magical thinking. It's about changing your energy, your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions, and aligning them with the life you want to create. So what's the first step to using the law of attraction in your life? It starts with getting clear about what you want and then shifting your focus. Start with one small goal and begin to visualize it. Feel what it would be like to already have it. See it, feel it, believe it. The more you embody that energy, the more the universe will begin to bring things into your life that align with that vision. Trust in the process and watch as your desires begin to show up in ways you never imagined. Next, we'll dive deeper into practical steps to harness its power consistently. Stick with me. You won't want to miss how to make the universe work in your favor. It's about to get even more powerful. Stay tuned. Practical steps to harness its power consistently. Think about something you want in life. Something big. Something that lights a fire inside you. Maybe it's a career breakthrough, financial freedom, or even personal growth. Now, imagine you could tap into a consistent source of power that helps you move closer to that goal every single day. That's where the law of attraction comes into play. But here's the thing. It's not just about wishing for things or waiting for them to show up. It's about actively participating in the process, aligning your thoughts, energy, and actions in ways that make your desires flow towards you effortlessly. So how do you harness this power consistently? First, it all starts with clarity. The clearer you are about what you truly want, the easier it is for the universe to align with your desires. Imagine you're driving down a road, but you don't know where you're going. You'll just end up wandering. But if you have a clear destination in mind, every turn, every decision will bring you closer to your goal. The universe is the same way. When you set clear intentions, you send out a focused energy that helps bring your desires into your life. Start by writing down exactly what you want. Make it as specific as possible. Don't just say, I want to be successful. Say, I want to build a successful business that allows me to work from anywhere. Clarity fuels the process. Next, let's talk about feeling. The law of attraction works not just with your thoughts, but with your emotions. When you align your thoughts with how you feel, it's like turning the dial up on your manifestation. It's not enough to think about your goal. You need to truly feel what it would be like to already have it. Think of a time you were really excited about something. Maybe you were starting a new project, or a relationship was blossoming. Your excitement, your vibration was high. That energy, that enthusiasm, is what you need to bring into every goal you want to manifest. Feel what it would be like to have already achieved your dreams. Embrace the feelings of joy, pride, and fulfillment as if they've already happened. The more you feel it, the faster it becomes your reality. Now, let's dive into action. Manifestation isn't just a passive act of thinking and feeling. It requires you to take steps. But here's the secret. Those steps don't have to be huge. Small, consistent actions taken in alignment with your goals will create momentum. This might mean doing something each day that brings you closer to your vision, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Maybe it's writing a business plan, reading a self-help book, or reaching out to someone who can help you. Every time you take an action, you send a clear signal to the universe that you're serious about your desires. The key is to not wait for everything to be perfect. Start where you are, with what you have, and the universe will start meeting you halfway. One of the most powerful ways to harness the law of attraction consistently is through affirmations. Every day, tell yourself what you want as if it's already true. For example, if your goal is to be financially abundant, say, I am attracting money effortlessly and wisely. If you want better health, say, every day, I'm getting healthier and stronger. These affirmations, when repeated daily with belief, start to rewire your subconscious mind. Your brain starts to accept these statements as truth, and your actions begin to follow. You're not just saying the words, you're becoming the words. Another key step is gratitude. I know, it's a popular topic, but it's powerful for a reason. Gratitude shifts your energy from a place of lack to a place of abundance. When you focus on what you already have, you start to feel grateful for it. And the more you feel grateful, the more the universe gives you to be grateful for. Every day, make it a habit to list a few things you're thankful for. It could be something big, like a promotion, or something small, like a warm cup of coffee. Gratitude is a magnet for more good things to come into your life. Here's another tip that's simple but effective. Visualization. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing your life as you want it to be. See yourself in your dream job, your ideal relationship, or your perfect health. Really step into the feeling of living that life. The more vivid your visualization, the more real it becomes for your subconscious. Your mind doesn't know the difference between what's imagined and what's real, so by visualizing your desires regularly, you start to bring them closer to you. Trust in the process. Trust that what you desire is already on its way to you. Let go of the need to control every little detail and surrender to the timing of the universe. Things might not happen exactly when you want them to, but when you trust the process, you let go of resistance and the flow of energy becomes smooth. The universe has its own way of working things out, sometimes even better than you could have planned. When you trust, you open yourself up to miracles, to things unfolding in ways you couldn't have imagined. Here's the thing, when you combine all these techniques, clarity, feeling, action, affirmations, gratitude, visualization, and trust, you create a powerful force that draws everything you desire toward you. The key is to practice these techniques consistently, day in and day out. It's about creating a mindset of abundance, a heart of gratitude, and a soul that's open to receiving. And the more you do this, the easier it becomes, and before you know it, you'll see your life transforming before your eyes. In the next chapter, we're going to dive deeper into belief, focus, and action, the winning formula for manifestation. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. It's about to get even more exciting. Keep tuning in. Chapter 4. Belief, Focus, and Action, the winning formula for manifestation. Why belief is the foundation of all manifestation. Imagine standing on the edge of a cliff, looking out over an incredible view. There's a rope swing that could take you soaring through the air, but to get there, you have to take that leap. The catch? You don't know exactly what will happen once you let go. You can't see the safety net below, and there's a part of you that wants to hesitate. But here's the thing. You have to believe that the swing will carry you safely, or you'll never take the leap. Belief is that crucial foundation for everything we want to manifest in life. It's not just a nice thought or a passing wish. Belief is the starting point. Without it, manifestation doesn't even get off the ground. When you believe in your ability to achieve something, you begin to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with that possibility. It's like setting the GPS for your dreams. Without belief, you don't have a destination, and without a destination, you'll go nowhere. Think about this. When you believe something is possible, you automatically start making decisions that align with that belief. If you believe you can get that promotion, you'll start acting like someone who is deserving of that position. You'll prepare, you'll show up confidently, and you'll seek opportunities to prove yourself. But if you doubt your worth or capability, you'll hesitate, hold back, and miss opportunities that come your way. The difference between taking action and staying stuck is often how much you believe in yourself. Belief is also what gives you the strength to keep going when things get tough. Anyone who's ever achieved something great has faced obstacles. The road to success is never smooth, and there are always moments when doubt creeps in. But it's the belief in what's possible that keeps you going. When things don't go according to plan, belief allows you to see them as lessons instead of failures. It's like walking through the dark and knowing that the light is just ahead. Even when the path is unclear, belief keeps you moving forward, knowing that every step is leading you closer to your goal. Now you might be wondering, how do you build this belief? It's not something that magically appears. It's something you create day by day. It starts with small wins. Think about a time when you achieved something, no matter how small. Maybe it was getting through a difficult conversation or completing a project you were putting off. Each success, no matter how tiny, feeds your belief. It's like building muscles. The more you practice, the stronger your belief becomes. Over time, you start to trust that you are capable of much more than you ever thought. And it's not just about personal belief. It's about believing that the universe has your back. When you believe that the universe is aligned with your desires, that's when things start to flow. It's about trusting that the opportunities, people, and circumstances will come into your life at the right time. This isn't just about being optimistic. It's about deeply believing that you're worthy of success and that what you want is already on its way. This belief activates the universe, allowing it to bring you closer to your goals. But sometimes, this belief gets shaken. Doubt creeps in, fear takes over, and we question whether we're on the right path. The key is to catch yourself when those negative thoughts arise. Instead of letting them control you, recognize them and choose to replace them with empowering beliefs. Affirmations can help with this. Saying something like, "I believe in my ability to succeed," over and over again rewires your subconscious. The more you affirm your belief in your capabilities, the easier it becomes to act from a place of confidence and certainty. Belief also has a ripple effect on others. When you believe in your goals, you radiate that confidence, and others begin to believe in you too. This energy is contagious. Think about people you admire, whether they're entrepreneurs, athletes, or leaders. They carry a sense of conviction that draws people to them. That belief in themselves and their vision makes others want to support them, work with them, or learn from them. When you believe in yourself, you inspire belief in others. So here's the question. What if your biggest barrier to success is simply the belief that you can't do it? What if the first step toward achieving your goals isn't about action, but about truly believing that it's possible for you? Imagine how different your life would look if you started each day with the belief that anything is possible, because it is. You just have to believe that you're worthy and capable of making it happen. The next step is turning that belief into action. We'll dive into how to visualize your success and bring those beliefs into reality. But for now, take a moment to reflect on what you believe about your goals. Is there anything you're holding back because you don't fully believe in it? Take a deep breath, trust that you can achieve it, and get ready to take your next steps. Stay with me, because this journey is about to get even more exciting. How focus and intentional action speed up your manifestation process. When you think about manifesting your dreams, what comes to mind? Is it a wishful thought or a fleeting daydream? Or is it something much deeper, something you know in your gut will come to fruition? Manifestation isn't a magic trick or a random occurrence. It's a powerful process that begins with focus and intentional action. But here's the thing. It's easy to get lost in the idea of manifesting, to think that all it takes is a little wishful thinking and a sprinkle of positive energy. The truth is, without focus and action, manifestation can feel like a dream you never wake up from. Imagine you're in a boat, sailing toward a beautiful, distant island. The destination is clear in your mind. That's your dream. But without focus, without a clear sense of direction, you're just drifting. You may float aimlessly for a while, but the chances of reaching your island diminish without a map and a steady hand on the wheel. Focus is your map, and action is the wind in your sails. Together, they propel you toward your destination. The more focused you are on your goal, the more energy you put into getting there. Intentional action ensures that every step you take is moving you closer to that dream. The first part of this journey is all about clarity. If you're not clear on what you want, how can you expect to achieve it? Focus begins with knowing exactly what you're working toward. It's not enough to say, "I want to be successful." That's vague. Instead, get specific. "I want to build a thriving business," or "I want to run a marathon in 6 months." When your vision is clear, your actions become intentional. The universe starts responding to the precise energy you're putting out into the world. Clarity creates alignment between what you want and how you act. When your focus is sharp, you begin to take steps that lead you directly to your goals, as if the universe is opening doors for you at every turn. But clarity alone isn't enough. You have to take action. It's tempting to wait for the right moment or for everything to line up perfectly before you make a move, but the truth is, the right moment will never come until you start moving. It's in the action that your belief in your own potential grows. Each step you take, no matter how small, tells the universe you're ready. You start to see the possibilities unfold around you, not because you're waiting for them, but because you've made space for them by acting. When you act with purpose and consistency, you create momentum. Think about the first time you did something difficult. Maybe it was learning to ride a bike, starting a new job, or making your first big sale. At first, you were uncertain, maybe even scared, but with every small action, you grew more confident. Your fear lessened as you saw that, yes, you could do it. The same principle applies to manifestation. You can't wait for the confidence to come before you act. You must act to build the confidence. Every single time you make a decision aligned with your goal, you are telling yourself that you believe in your ability to achieve it. The more you show up, the more momentum you build, and soon, manifestation doesn't feel like a distant dream but something that's already in motion. But action without focus can lead to burnout or wasted effort. Have you ever worked hard on something and felt like you weren't getting anywhere? It's because you were moving, but you didn't have the right focus. Focus ensures that the energy you're putting out is directed towards the right goals. Think about a laser beam. It's narrow, intense, and powerful. When you're focused, every action you take is aligned with your intention. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters. When you combine focus with intentional action, you create a path that's clear and straight toward your goal, instead of wandering aimlessly. This is where belief comes back in. The more you focus on what you want and take intentional steps toward it, the more you reinforce the belief that it's already yours. That belief fuels your focus, and your actions start to move faster, with more purpose. It's like the snowball effect. You start small, but as you go, your actions compound and your results speed up. What might have felt impossible at first becomes more and more achievable, and you begin to see that everything is working out exactly as it should. It's not about working harder. It's about working smarter. The more focused your actions, the more you make decisions that align with your true desires, the faster you begin to manifest what you want. You become a magnet for the things you've been working toward because you're clear, you're acting with purpose, and you're consistently moving forward. You don't need to see the whole path laid out in front of you. You don't need to wait until everything is perfect. You just need to take that first step with focus, with intention, and with the belief that every action you take brings you closer to your goals. And soon, those small steps will become giant leaps, and you'll look back and realize that manifesting your dreams is no longer a distant possibility. It's your present reality. In the next chapter, we'll dive into real-life examples of people who have manifested their dreams. Stick with me. You won't want to miss how this simple yet powerful technique can change the game for you. Stay tuned. Chapter 5. Real-life examples of people who have manifested their dreams. Inspiring stories of people who use these principles to achieve success. When you hear about people who've achieved extraordinary success, do you ever wonder how they got there? Was it luck, timing, or something more profound? A belief that no matter the obstacles, they could turn their dreams into reality. The truth is, success stories often begin with simple, powerful principles that anyone can apply. It's about aligning your thoughts, taking intentional actions, and truly believing in the possibilities. These aren't just theories. Real people, from all walks of life, have used these principles to transform their lives in ways they never thought possible. Take Sarah Blakely, for example. She was just a regular woman trying to figure out what her next step in life would be. She didn't come from money, and she certainly didn't have a clear path laid out for her. But Sarah had a vision. She believed in herself, even when the odds were against her. She had a clear goal: to create a product that could change the way women felt about their clothing. She didn't wait for everything to be perfect. Instead, she took small, imperfect steps. She worked tirelessly to bring Spanx to life, taking action even when she didn't know how things would turn out. And today, she's the founder of a billion-dollar company. Sarah used intentional action, belief in her vision, and a clear focus on her goal. She didn't let fear or uncertainty stop her. She kept moving forward, one step at a time. Manifestation wasn't just a theory for her, it was a practice. Then there's Oprah Winfrey, a woman who truly embodies the power of belief, clarity, and intentional action. Oprah didn't come from wealth or privilege. She faced setbacks, challenges, and countless rejections throughout her career. But what made her different was that she believed in her worth and kept showing up. Every time she was told no, she continued to push forward, believing that something bigger was meant for her. She didn't wait for the perfect conditions, she created her own. And now she's one of the most influential women in the world. Oprah's story is a perfect example of how believing in yourself, even when others doubt you, and taking consistent action can change the course of your life. Her ability to tap into her own vision, stay focused on her dreams, and keep taking action, no matter the obstacles, was the key to her success. Oprah is living proof that the universe responds when you align your actions with your intentions. Let's talk about Elon Musk, another prime example of someone who took calculated risks and consistently moved toward his vision. Musk wasn't always seen as the genius entrepreneur he is now. He faced setbacks, failures, and criticism at every turn. But he had a vision, a belief that electric vehicles could change the world, and that space exploration was the key to humanity's future. Despite constant struggles, he kept pushing forward. He didn't wait until the world told him he was ready. In fact, he often went against conventional thinking. He risked everything for his dreams, from investing his own money into SpaceX when it was on the brink of failure, to continuing to push Tesla forward when it seemed like the company was on its last leg. Elon Musk's success didn't happen because he had it easy. It happened because he kept his focus on his dreams, took bold actions, and believed in the possibility of the impossible. These are just a few stories, but the truth is, there are thousands of people who have achieved great things by applying these principles. They didn't wait for the perfect time or the perfect circumstances to start. They didn't let fear or doubt stop them. They believed in their goals, took one step after another, and watched as the universe started to unfold opportunities they could never have imagined at the beginning. So what does this mean for you? What if the only thing standing between you and your dreams is a shift in your thinking and a willingness to take those small, imperfect steps? These people didn't have all the answers when they started. They weren't born with the perfect circumstances, and they certainly weren't always ready. What they did have, however, was clarity in their vision, confidence in their abilities, and an unwavering belief that they could create the reality they wanted. What's stopping you from doing the same? What would it look like if you embraced imperfection and just started? What if you believed that every step forward, no matter how small, was a step closer to the life you dream of? You're capable of achieving the same success as these incredible people if you align your mindset with your desires, take consistent action, and believe in your potential. Next, we'll dive deeper into how they overcame obstacles and remained aligned with their goals, and trust me, the best is yet to come. Stay tuned! How they overcame obstacles and remained aligned with their goals. We all face obstacles, don't we? No matter how clear your vision is or how passionate you are about your goals, life will throw you curveballs. It might be a financial setback, a health issue, or a moment when everything seems to be falling apart. But what separates the ones who reach their dreams from those who don't isn't the absence of obstacles. It's how they respond when challenges arise. Think about people like Oprah Winfrey, Elon Musk, and Sarah Blakely. These people didn't get to where they are by avoiding failure or cruising through life without a care. They overcame huge obstacles, and what's more, they stayed aligned with their goals, even when the world told them to quit. Let's start with Oprah Winfrey. She grew up in a world where the odds were stacked against her. She faced poverty, abuse, and racism, everything that could have made her feel small or defeated. But Oprah chose to see herself differently. She refused to let her circumstances define her future. The road to her success wasn't easy. She was fired from her first job as a TV anchor, told that she wasn't fit for television. Imagine how she must have felt. Most people would have believed those negative opinions and walked away, but not Oprah. She took that setback and used it as fuel. She didn't let it break her spirit. Instead, she redefined her vision, aligning her purpose with her passion. She embraced failure as a lesson and kept moving forward. And today, she's a living testament to the power of overcoming obstacles. Oprah remained aligned with her purpose by believing in her abilities and trusting the process, even when it seemed like the world was against her. Then there's Elon Musk, who's become almost synonymous with risk and innovation. But his journey has been filled with more setbacks than most of us could ever imagine. He put everything he had into SpaceX and Tesla, and at times, both companies were on the verge of collapse. In 2008, during the financial crisis, Tesla almost went bankrupt, and SpaceX had 3 failed rocket launches in a row. It seemed like all the doors were closing, but Musk didn't back down. He stayed aligned with his vision, rather than letting the failures define him. He learned from them, adapted, and kept moving forward. He believed in the possibility of a sustainable future for humanity. Musk's story shows us that it's not about avoiding failure. It's about embracing it, learning from it, and never losing sight of the bigger picture. The world saw obstacles, But Musk saw opportunity in every challenge. Today, he's not just changing industries, he's changing the world. And let's not forget Sarah Blakely, the woman behind Spanx. She was just a regular woman with a vision, something as simple as making women feel more comfortable and confident. But Sarah didn't have the capital, the connections, or even a clear path to success. She started with a small investment, and every step was filled with uncertainty. In fact, she faced rejection after rejection. She was told that her idea was silly, that it would never work. But Sarah didn't let rejection stop her. Instead of seeing it as a roadblock, she used each no as a stepping stone toward her ultimate success. Sarah was aligned with her vision from the very beginning, and she kept that vision alive, even when everyone around her doubted her. She stayed focused on the bigger picture, and when she finally found the right partners, Spanx took off. Now, she's not just a billionaire entrepreneur, she's a symbol of perseverance. She didn't let her obstacles define her. She let her determination and vision guide her through them. The common thread between all of these stories is the power of alignment. It's about staying true to your vision, no matter how many obstacles come your way. It's about making sure your thoughts and actions are always in sync with your goals. When you're aligned, setbacks become stepping stones, failures become lessons, and challenges become opportunities for growth. So let's think about your life for a second. What's the one thing that's holding you back right now? Is it fear of failure? The risk of making a mistake? Or maybe it's the belief that things aren't moving fast enough. Whatever it is, ask yourself, how can you shift your mindset to see those obstacles not as barriers, but as invitations to grow? Just like Oprah, Elon, and Sarah, you have the power to turn challenges into triumphs. Your obstacles are just opportunities in disguise. Now, how can you stay aligned with your goals when things get tough? The answer is simple. Stay connected to your why. Remember why you started, why you wanted to change, and why you're moving towards something greater. Whenever life throws a challenge at you, hold on to that why like a lifeline. It will help you move through the hard moments with grace, knowing that every challenge is a part of your journey. In the next chapter, we'll dive into living a life of abundance, keeping your manifestation momentum. Stay with me. Chapter 6. Living a life of abundance, keeping your manifestation momentum. How to maintain alignment with the universe and stay in flow. Life has a way of pulling us in different directions, doesn't it? Some days, everything flows effortlessly, opportunities open up, people show up when you need them, and your goals seem within reach. But then, there are those other days. The ones where you feel like you're pushing against the current, struggling to make progress, and wondering if things will ever align. So how do you stay in flow when the energy feels off? How do you maintain alignment with the universe when everything around you seems chaotic? The answer isn't as complicated as it might seem. It all comes down to staying connected with your vision and maintaining your inner balance. When you're in alignment with the universe, you feel like you're moving in the right direction, like life is supporting you, and everything you do flows with ease. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about trusting that the perfect moment is always available to you, as long as you're open to it. One of the first steps to maintaining alignment is self-awareness. It's about checking in with yourself regularly and asking, am I in tune with my desires? Am I aligned with my purpose? If the answer is no, that's your cue to realign. It's about feeling grounded and connected to who you are and what you want, no matter what's going on around you. When life gets loud, it's easy to lose focus. You get distracted by external circumstances, other people's opinions, and the constant demands of everyday life. But maintaining alignment means taking the time to pause and reconnect. Whether that's through quiet reflection, journaling, meditation, or simply taking a walk in nature, you need to create space for stillness. This stillness is where you can hear the voice of your inner guide, your intuition, telling you what's next. Another key to staying aligned is believing in the flow of life. This means letting go of the need to control every little detail and trusting that the universe has a plan for you. It's not always easy, especially when things aren't going as you expected. But when you trust the process, you give yourself permission to relax into the flow instead of forcing it. Life is not meant to be a struggle. When you surrender to the flow, you stop swimming against the current. You allow things to unfold naturally. This doesn't mean giving up on your goals. It means trusting that the path will reveal itself in its own time, as long as you stay in alignment with your purpose. There's another powerful tool in staying aligned: gratitude. It's easy to feel out of sync when you're focused on what's missing or what's going wrong. But gratitude shifts your focus. It brings you back to the present moment and reminds you of all the good that's already in your life. Gratitude helps you realign with the universe by focusing on abundance, not lack. It's about looking around and saying, I'm grateful for everything I have right now, knowing that the more grateful you are, the more you'll attract into your life. Remember, alignment is also about consistency. The universe doesn't respond to wishful thinking or sporadic effort. It responds to your consistent energy. That's why it's so important to keep your focus on what you want, even when things don't seem to be moving forward. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your desired outcome. Even when things are tough, keep taking those small actions. Your consistency sends a message to the universe that you're committed, that you believe in the outcome, and that you're not going to stop until you get there. Another important aspect of staying in alignment is learning to let go of resistance. When we resist, we create friction. We hold on too tightly to how we think things should unfold, and we block the flow. But when we let go of resistance, we open up space for the universe to work its magic. This doesn't mean sitting back and doing nothing. It means getting out of your own way and trusting that things are going to work out. Sometimes, the hardest part is to stop forcing things to happen and to allow them to unfold naturally. The universe works in mysterious ways, and often, the best things happen when we let go and trust that everything is coming to us in perfect timing. Stay present. The more present you are, the more in tune you'll be with the flow. Presence is everything. When you're fully immersed in the present moment, you can hear the whispers of the universe guiding you. You can make decisions from a place of clarity and peace, not stress or anxiety. When you're present, you stop worrying about the future or regretting the past, and you start moving through life with ease. And when you're in that state of presence, everything starts to align. The universe feels it, and it responds. The secret to staying in flow and maintaining alignment with the universe is trust, consistency, gratitude, and presence. It's about staying connected to your goals, taking small aligned steps, and trusting that the universe is guiding you in the right direction. Yes, there will be challenges and moments of doubt, but as long as you remain aligned with your purpose, everything will fall into place. Next, we'll dive deeper into creating a mindset of abundance to continue attracting your desires. Get ready to take your alignment to the next level. Stay tuned! Creating a mindset of abundance to continue attracting your desires. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of excitement, knowing that the world is full of possibilities, just waiting for you to claim them. You go through your day seeing opportunity everywhere, feeling abundant, and attracting exactly what you need to move forward. How would your life change if you started to see every moment as an opportunity to create the life you desire, instead of focusing on what you lack or what you're waiting for? That's the power of cultivating a mindset of abundance, and it's one of the most transformative things you can do for yourself. It's easy to fall into the trap of focusing on what's missing in your life, whether it's money, success, love, or even time. We've all been there. There's always something that feels out of reach or unattainable. But here's the kicker. The more you focus on the lack, the more you're inviting more lack into your life. It's like a cycle that keeps feeding itself, because the universe simply mirrors your energy back to you. The moment you shift your focus from what you don't have to what you already do, that's when things start to change. When you cultivate a mindset of abundance, you begin to see the world differently. You stop thinking there's never enough for me, and start thinking there is plenty to go around. It's about embracing the idea that there is always enough time, enough resources, enough love, enough opportunities, and you are deserving of all of it. The universe is abundant, and so are you. The more you believe that, the more you start to see abundance flowing into your life, often in ways you didn't expect. Think about the people who always seem to have opportunities coming their way. They seem to be at the right place at the right time, effortlessly attracting the right connections, business deals, and friendships. What they have isn't necessarily luck, it's their mindset. They focus on gratitude and possibility, and they know that the world is full of opportunities. They don't get bogged down by setbacks or challenges, because they understand that these are just part of the journey, not the end of it. It's easy to look at others' successes and wonder why things aren't flowing the same way for you. But the truth is, abundance isn't something that happens to you. It's something you create. It starts with shifting your internal narrative. Instead of asking, why can't I get what I want, ask, how can I make this happen? When you focus on solutions instead of problems, You start seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. You begin to attract more of the things that align with your desires. The shift is subtle, but it's powerful. Gratitude plays a huge role in this transformation. When you start your day by being grateful for what you already have, it changes everything. You stop focusing on what you don't have and start appreciating the abundance that's already in your life. This simple act of gratitude sends out a signal to the universe that you are open and ready to receive more. It's like planting seeds in a garden. When you tend to your garden with care, you get a bounty in return. The more grateful you are, the more you attract things that make you feel even more grateful. It's a beautiful cycle. Another key to creating an abundant mindset is trusting the timing of your life. So often, we rush, we hustle, we push, believing that the faster we go, the quicker we'll reach our goals. But in reality, it's not about speed. It's about staying aligned with your desires and trusting that the universe will deliver at the right time. Sometimes, things take longer than we expect, but that doesn't mean they won't happen. When you trust in the process, you relax and let go of the stress that often comes with feeling like you're running out of time. This trust creates space for more abundance to flow to you. It's about learning to take a deep breath, exhale the doubt, and embrace the flow. Your mindset is like a magnet. When you believe in abundance and start acting as if abundance is already here, it begins to surround you. You become an energetic match for the opportunities and successes you desire. Your thoughts, actions, and energy align with the frequency of possibility, and the universe responds accordingly. The shift to an abundant mindset isn't always instant. It takes time and consistency. But once you begin to make these small changes in the way you think and feel, the results are undeniable. You'll start noticing opportunities, people, and circumstances aligning with your goals in ways that seem almost too good to be true, but they're not. They're simply the result of a mindset that's been transformed from scarcity to abundance. As you move forward, remember that the key to creating a life full of abundance is to keep focusing on the good, trust the process, and believe that everything you need is already on its way. When you start from a place of gratitude and possibility, you open yourself up to a world of opportunities that will continue to unfold for you. Now that you've learned how to tap into the universe's power, it's time to take action. What is one thing you're going to start manifesting today? Comment below and share your thoughts on how the universe is aligning to help you achieve it. If this video inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you never miss more life-changing strategies to manifest your dreams. The universe is waiting. Are you ready to act?